In this video, we will solve several dosage calculation problems for PO medications. Let's start with this really easy one. Prescribed medication Z, 0.25 milligram orally. Available medication Z, 0.125 milligram tablets. So how many tablets should the nurse administer? First, we're going to write down what we do know. And we know that each tablet has 0.125 milligrams. Let's write it down. 0.125 milligram is one tablet. Next, we're going to write down what it is that we need to find out. (0.25 milligram is, we don't know how many tablets, is X tablets. The important part of setting up this type of problems is to have milligrams under milligrams, tablets under tablets. If we're working with milliliters, they're going to go under milliliters. If you're calculating hours, put hours under hours. Check yourself. Do I have my measurements correctly set up? Next step, you identify a diagonal that has no X in it. So this diagonal has X in it. I can't use it because I can't do anything with X. This diagonal, however, doesn't have X, it has two numbers. I can multiply these two numbers, and I'm going to divide by the third number. In this case, my X equals 0.25 times 1, and all of that divided by my third number. And that equals 2. And I know I found my tablets because I set my X on the tablets. In this next problem, there's a little more to it than the first one. Take a look. The order medication Z, 0.275 milligram orally. Available medication Z, 137 microgram tablets. You see already discrepancy. We have milligram here and microgram there. So how many tablets do we give? Once again, we're going to set it up just like before. First, write down what do you know? And I know that 137 micrograms is one tablet. What do I need to find? I need to find 0.275 milligram. How many tablets is that? However, I can't put my milligrams under micrograms. Remember, when we set up these problems, it has to be microgram under microgram, milligram under milligram. If you're working with milliliters, it's under milliliters. So I can't put milligram here. I need to first convert. And if you know already how to convert your micrograms to milligrams or milligrams to micrograms, that's fine. Do it your way. However, I will show you how to do it this way. What do I know about micrograms and milligrams? I know that 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. That's what I'm going to write down. One milligram is 1,000 micrograms. I need to convert this number. I'm going to put my milligrams under milligrams. My milligrams under milligrams is X micrograms. And now once again, I'm finding a diagonal that has two numbers in it. That's my diagonal. I'm going to multiply these two numbers and divide by the third number. In this case, my X equals
0.275 times 1,000 divided by 1.
And that is equals to 275 micrograms. I know I found micrograms because I set my X under micrograms. Now I can work with this number and put it right here. 275 micrograms is X tablets. And once again, I identify diagonal with two numbers, and I multiply the two numbers and divide by my third number. and that equals to 2 tablets. X was set on the tablets, and I got 2 tablets. In this next problem, we have even more things to consider. Take a look. The order, medication Z, 2 gram daily, divided equally every 6 hours, given orally. Available, medication Z, 250 milligram tablets. So how many tablets do we administer? We're going to start just like we always do. What do I know? And I know that 250 milligram is per tablet. 250 milligram is 1 tablet. I need to find out how many tablets to give per this order. However, this amount is given daily. I need to first figure out what is it every 6 hours then. But because I'm not going to give a daily amount in one dose, I need to figure out the dose. And using the same method right here on the side, I'm going to say 2 gram is per 24 hours, because daily means 24 hours. How about 6 hours? I'm going to put my 6 hours on the hours, and I'm going to put my gram on the gram, and I'm going to say that X gram is 6 hours, per 6 hours. How do I find my X? Again, I find a diagonal with 2 numbers that are known to me, and I'm going to divide by the third number. So X equals 2 times 6 divided by 24, and that equals to 0.5 gram. I know I found gram because I set my X on the gram. This is how much I will give every 6 hours. Now, can I use it here? Not yet, because it's in grams, and here I have milligrams per tablet. So I need to convert this to milligrams. I'm going to say, what do I know about grams and milligrams? I know that 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. I need to find 0.5 gram. How many milligrams is that? And once again, I'm going to multiply on diagonal and divide by the third number. My X equals 0.5 times 1,000 divided by 1, and that equals to 500 milligram. Now I have my milligrams. I can use them to set up the rest of it. 500 milligrams is X tablets. Again, I find a diagonal that doesn't have X in it. I multiply these 2 numbers. I divide by the third number, and I find my X. 500 times 1 divided by 250. And that's 2 tablets. And that's the answer for this problem. Now let's review. How did we solve this problem? First of all, we figured out our dose, right? Because the amount ordered was a daily amount, and we said 2 grams for 24-hour period. We need to figure out how many grams is for every 6 hours. We need to figure out the dose. And after setting it up, we found that 0.5 gram is a dose that we will go and administer every 6 hours. Then we convert our grams to milligrams right here in order to be able to use this number in our final calculation of tablets. In this next problem, we have oral medication, but it's in a liquid form. So order medication Z, 300 milligram, given orally once. Available medication Z, 250 milligram per 5 milliliters. How many milliliters should we administer? The same way we did before, we're setting it up using DKP method. What do we know? We know that 250 milligram is 5 milliliters. We need to find 300 milligram. How many mLs is that? As always, I'm carefully putting my milligrams and the milligrams. My milliliters under milliliters. 250 milligrams are 5 milliliters. 300 milligrams are X milliliters. Let's find out X. Diagonal, we multiply. The next number, we divide by. And we got 300 times 5 divided by 250. X equals 6 milliliters. We know we found milliliters because we set X under milliliters. In the description to this video, I'm going to leave a link for my book, Dosage Calculations, Getting It Right Every Time, where you can find more applications to the DKP method that we used to solve these problems. And you will find lots and lots of problems to practice.